Yeah, you have no content. Yeah, that would be it.
And
You'd be
G-boys get up in my comments. What the f are you talking about? Winners and going on? You have no idea what the f you're talking about. Your takes are all that. Yeah, they probably are. But let's get for real here. Why are you talking about this when it's going on? Then go watch someone you are who is going to constantly talk about this and, you know, like I said in the other John, grift off this too, because yeah, bro, I truly do not believe gives. That's my opinion. But yeah, if you truly did care about the conflict in the lives of Palestinians, why are you using them to absolve yourself of other criticisms and auxiliary dramas that has nothing to do with it? And also, Hassan, Weasley.
what a f***ing liar, dude. What a Weasley little liar, dude. What a Weasley little liar, dude.
Weasley little liar, dude. Like, Weasley little liar. Like, dude, he's just gonna constantly do this, bro. You already know what it is, baby. The Daily Schlops. Sloppy. The loveliest, you know, we get down. Apparently, Hassan is not coping, mouthing, seething about old tweets he put out, like, well, watch I was on. No bother on. I ain't gonna lie, like when he posted the 9 schematics and all that type of jazz. Asmongold is calling him out. We already know how that goes. Apparently, there's some John with Ethan calling out Mr. Philly D with the video he had covered. You know what I'm saying? Going over the whole Hassan, Destiny, and Ethan drama. There's, let's see here. One other part. Oh, yeah. The loveliest part. A bit more conjecture about Yoko and IDubbbz. It might be a little bit of stuff we've seen, but we'll sparse through, see what it is. But other than that, we know the daily slops are indeed the sloppiest. So we can't waste no more time, baby. Trilly talks everything. Trilly does indeed have everything every single time. Let's get right into it. Of course, the daily schlops means one of my glorious schlop kings. Shout out. Shout out love. More Pegasus. We got, they actually lost everything. Of course, you guys want to watch the OG video, down in the description and first link, sure to love it. Of course, more Pegasus, and we got to get into this boy. No cap, ain't no time to waste.
Welcome back to a series so strong, even Muscleman subscribed. In today's video, Hassan is once again trying to rewrite history by lying about his unhinged tweets. Asmongold is calling out Hassan once again for being a massive hypocrite. Ana Jomha and Anisa's wife IDubbbz are
IDubbbz.
back completely humiliating themselves. Destiny is being completely unhinged while beefing with Hassan. Ethan is calling out DeFranco for not speaking out against Hassan, and a bunch of more updates. Subscribe so Netflix gives me a contract already. We're creating cinema and you don't have to wait 500 years for an episode. Jelly, jelly, jellywig.
Let's up those.
Come on now, brother. Bunda.
Let's up those numbers.
Them numbers do be up, boy.
Now let's begin with Hassan trying to rewrite history. Basically, in the past, Hassan tweeted out a gun at a US senator as an obvious threat, and now he's trying to lie about it. Hassan reminisces about his Tom Cotton shotgun tweet, tells people to stop concern trolling about it.
I'm showing you right now, this illegal, okay? It's just like, it's so funny that like all of the people who think the peak of comedy is like saying the N-word will unironically look at stuff.
Oh, you mean like IDubbbz? Back in the past? Where you dropped 15 apologizes? Yeah. Apologizes. Apologies. For that boy, you know, when he was sitting next to you, got there again.
Like this. And to this day still go, this person wanted to assassinate a sitting senator. He did a death threat to a sitting senator. Like, that's crazy.
You literally said, like, yo, if Hez want, like, Medicaid and all this type of beat, you should kill Rick Scott. What are we talking about? Like, brother, you have said this shit.
That's crazy. What do you mean? Why are you fucking concern trolling? Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, for someone who loves to talk about context, he sure loves to leave it out. So obviously, if it was a random like toy gun or a random gun, obviously that wouldn't make any sense. But that was specifically used in an assassination. You knew that, and you specifically posted this at Tom Cotton, who said something you didn't like. It is obviously a subtle threat implying someone should go and assassinate this guy. I mean, classic Hassan. This is just the standard Hassan playbook. Have the plausible deniability every single time.
Ah, max stats. Ooh. Pathological liar, 20 out of 10. Victim complex, 20 out of 10. Cry bully, 20 out of 10. Playing plausible deniability, 30 out of 10. Never taking accountability, 40 out of 10.
Time while saying and doing the most unhinged shit, right? Also, this is during a time when people are being like these random vigilantes, taking stuff into their own hands, not following the law, and, you know, trying to assassinate people. Even the current president was about to be assassinated like twice or something. So it's just so dangerous to, you know, put forward this type of a dialect or language or, you know, even tweets or whatever. Only idiots.
And this is what heads, again, say literally every single day. The daily slops about Hassan. It's the rhetoric, your political ideologies, like, yo, these Johns putting out the Johns he's putting out. Yeah, if heads were to take this ultimately serious, some of these G-boys, yeah, duh, this could be harmful to people. Like, not even a question.
With low IQ will believe this kind of gaslighting. You just described his entire audience. Right, so remember last time how Hasan was actually calling out Ethan because Ethan said that he's considering that he's going to start multi-streaming to Kick, right? Ethan currently streams on YouTube. He's obviously not going to go to Twitch because it's anti-Semitic as shit and he hates Dan Clancy as well. So he's thinking of multi-streaming to Kick.
Dan Clancy!
So Hasan called him out for being a hypocrite because he did used to criticize him or whatever. Asman responded here, calls out his virtue signaling.
Is there anything that these dudes believe in? Anything at all? It's literally a platform designed to bring in more people to the online, unaccountable cryptocurrency casino.
I don't think that Hasan...
Like, great, let's bring him over to fucking Twitch, the platform where, yeah, polls are being, really anti-Semitic. They don't enforce their TOS fairly in any regard. Yeah, let's fucking go there, yeah.
is in a position to judge people in this situation, because isn't Amazon part of the... Yeah, Amazon's a target of the pro-Palestinian boycott, divestment, and sanctions movement. And, like, you're staying on
a BDS list?
Twitch. You're not leaving Twitch. So what's going on? How are you going to criticize Ethan or Mr. Beast for going on Kick when it's like... And which one's worse?
To push a narrative.
Crypto gambling or bombing civilians and children in hospitals? And you're using Twitter, who you say Elon Musk is a Nazi. So you're using a Nazi platform constantly. I hate this like weird virtue signaling thing that happens where a person decides to do something with a place like Kick or Rumble or some other brand or something like this, and they're seen as a bad person, but their own behavior betrays every single viewpoint that they have. But that's different. Oh, that's different.
Yeah, honestly,
it's not. It's blatant fucking hypocrisy.
Hasan might be top 10 influencer hypocrites because if there was
stamped
an ethical line, right? How do you draw the line at gambling, but terrorists are fine? So,
and then like gambling, Hasan, like, he fucking shit on gambling, saying like gotchas and shit are gambling, but he's literally playing gotchas, doing the whole system in the John where, yes, he has said and stated, yeah, that this shit, it would basically be gambling.
You know,
it's hypocrisy. It's like, dude,
spinning some slots, that is like extremely morally bankrupt. How could they do that, guys? But bombing civilians and kidnapping people and raping kids and, you know, using them as human shields and shit like that, that is completely okay. So like, that just doesn't make sense. That doesn't compute in anybody's head. I'm perfectly fine with people not liking gambling or drawing a moral line. That's completely fine, right? But then you got to be somewhat consistent, somewhat commonsensical, because, you know, it just doesn't make any sense. And I feel like you got...
But when does he ever? See, that's the question. It's like, yo, it's blatant lies, hypocrisy, slander, trying to push a narrative. Like, yo, this is the repeat process with Hassan quite literally every day.
Gotta realize like how bad the situation has gotten if lefty Ethan actually has to go to Kick, right? Because Twitch is actually so bad. It is literally so bad that it has convinced Ethan that Kick is now the only option besides YouTube or whatever for multi-streaming and to grow his audience or whatever. He will pretend to care, you know, pretend to virtue signal until it actually inconveniences him, right? So he will, you know, stop drinking Diet Coke or, you know, boycott all these things that he doesn't actually use.
Oh man, that is Dr. Pepper cream sodas
or whatever. But then, you know, he'll have no problem saying like free Palestine. But then when it comes to actually stopping streaming on Twitch, stopping supporting Amazon, shit like that, that's when he can't do it, because that actually, you know,
that fuels his lifestyle, you know, the socialist lifestyle. Totally not taking advantage of capitalism. Totally not.
Affects his income. That actually significantly damages him. So he's not going to do that. And then these are the same people who expect Ela to like go to jail and not to, you know, join the IDF or whatever.
Yo, this shit really had me so teed up because it's like, yo, literally heads like Hassan, you know what I'm saying, Denims, Noah Samson are again telling Ela like, yo, she should have like, yo, opted out, like you should risk going to jail and all this beat. Yet there's this bull, and we were seeing it on the Noah Samson vid. There's this like kid or whatever, he's 18 years old. And he's an Israeli citizen. He literally is opposing the IDF. He is not going to join the IDF. He's risking going to jail. And Noah Samson is mocking him and making fun of him. it's so much blatant fucking hypocrisy with these niggas. It's so annoying. Like,
of course she's not gonna do that, all right? Like, you're not gonna give up your entire life for that shit. And you know the best part, the absolute funniest thing, there was actually a guy.
nah, cause this hypocrisy has to be brought up. I don't give a fuck. No pre-watch. We had seen this in a Noah Simpson vid, obviously. Shout out Diesel Patches. But bro, like this shit, like you see shit like this, and that shit truly does get me mad. Cause I'm like, bro, these niggas are blatant hypocrites, bro. Like they blatantly are.
Who said, okay, I'm not joining the IDF, I'm going to prison, right? And Noah Samson quote tweeted this person and actually started morally grandstanding, saying, oh wow, I can't believe we're congratulating this guy for doing this.
Like, what the fuck? Isn't this exactly what you dumbasses want?
This is the bare minimum, guys. They will still criticize you. They will still absolutely go in on you, which is why I'm saying there's no point in trying to appeal to these people, all right?
Exactly. That's why I always say, fuck the G-boys. I don't give a fuck about you niggas or your goddamn opinions. Y'all sucking these niggas cocks when they're blatantly lying to you niggas' faces, bro. Blatantly hypocritical in you niggas' faces, and you just eating that shit out. Like, y'all just eat that shit up for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and don't forget about dessert, boy. Fuck out of here.
They will eat you up no matter what you do, all right? You can go to the very extreme and they will want you to take another step further. Okay, so if you missed last video, basically Ela responded to Hassan's apparent call to violence against her. Well, Asmongold has responded talking about it now. Asmongold talks about the worst thing that could happen to Hassan's career.
Girl bossing genocide defense.
One of the
Girl bossing genocide, bro. Like, nigga, what the fuck? Nigga's such a dumbass.
worst things that could ever happen to Hassan would be for there to be peace between Palestine and Israel. Because then he would lose his defense that he has for everything. He's criticized for something.
He could not use the conflict and specific Palestinian lives, bro. He cannot use that shit to absolve himself of criticism of everything else that doesn't have to do with the conflict. Yes, exactly.
Thing. And he says, oh no, but there's a genocide. But there's a genocide. Oh no, what's this? Yeah, you have no content. Yeah, that would be it.
And
You'd be
fucking G-boys get up in my comments. Why the fuck are you talking about this shit when there's a genocide going on? You have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. Your takes are ass, all that shit. Yeah, they probably are. But let's get fucking for real here. Why are you talking about this when a genocide is going on? Then go watch someone, you are, who is going to constantly talk about this shit and, you know, like I said in the other John, grift off this bullshit too, because yeah, bro, I truly do not believe this nigga gives a fuck. That's my opinion. But yeah, if you truly did care about the conflict and the lives of Palestinians, why are you using them to absolve yourself of other criticisms and auxiliary dramas and shit that has nothing to do with it? And also, Hasan, Weasley.
What a fucking liar, dude. What a fucking Weasley little liar, dude. What a fucking Weasley little liar, dude.
Weasley little liar, dude. Like, Weasley little liar. Like, dude, he's just gonna constantly do this, bro. Yes, bro, I'm a pro-Palestinian advocate, all this junk, bro.
done.
Yeah, some would say it would be over, possibly done, maybe even finally done or finally over. But I've said this before, Hassan benefits off of this war. The Israel-Palestine conflict has made Hassan so much money, it is actually unreal. And this man basically relies on these things. He relies on the emotions of these hurt people, and he exploits it for his own financial gain. It is really disgusting if you think about it. And all of these people, the Hassan orbiters as well, they will happily raise money for their own lawsuits, right? Apparently, their own sort of personal situations are more important than the lives of like civilians in Gaza and shit like that, right? So it just shows you how much they stand by their own cause. They would rather you donate money to them, donate money to the multi-millionaire Twitch streamer than, you know, Gaza or whatever.
It's so funny, like, yo, funny enough, just coming off of shitting on the nigga Noah Samson, huh, oh my god, truly isn't fucking biased and all that shit. Because one gen always will say, you have to give the credit to Noah Samson. At least out of the orbiters, he's the one that actually looks like he gives a fuck about the cause. He had this stream, you know, he raised like, what, $400,000 or something for Palestine. And that's great. All these other motherfuckers, yeah, bruh, whatever. Y'all can say whatever shit, but we know y'all are just using this shit to absolve yourselves of criticism.
Somebody just responded, Jews! And we just got Hassan going absolutely soy face. Moving on to Ana Jomha. That's right, she is officially back. And guys, she has a big announcement coming later today. What could this possibly be? They could not possibly...
Was this the, hold on, let me look through. Was this the Jones that we were seeing in the Suns vid? Yeah. Alright, hold up. We gonna slide to like... See something else.
It's a bad unboxing. Put it away. If you didn't know, one of IDubbbz's iconic series was Bad Unboxing back in the day. And yeah, this is just a funny joke. Lamau, yes, humiliate him further. Film content with Leafy. This is another
But I just got to this timestamp.
reference. Basically, Anissa used to be thirsting after Leafy, another commentary YouTuber.
Yeah, Chris Ray Gun and shit. Yeah.
Which is very interesting, of course. But I would say, at this point, Leafy's kind of out of the picture. The willing participant here would be Hassan, who has actually dated Prawn Stars before, so he loves being cucked as well. So
That shit caught me so off guard.
yeah, maybe you'd make a perfect fit here. So you return to being a hoe after you couldn't make it in the real world, lol. And she's the one who says, commentary YouTubers don't know how to work a real job.
Commentary YouTubers have no idea what it is to work a normal job.
Oh my
Do you?
god, dude, that was an insane drama. I can't believe she even said that. And she was like, well, actually, I worked at, what was it, Dairy Queen or something like that? And she's like, yeah.
And I worked at Exxon, so I think we both know how it is to work a normal job.
Yes, we have so much business experience. We failed multiple charity events. Our business experience, guys. The love of a succubus, and we just got them broke and in despair in the...
Oh. Yeah, bro, if this is that succubus love, I'm gonna tell you right now, bro. I think I'm gonna stick to my love, having each other's best interests at heart. I don't want this succubus love.
basement, bruh. Domain expansion. Infinite cuckery.
Yo, this is like... This is like the chat I was saying for Dennis Casey Tron and Frogan, bro. Row each 10k. Domain expansion. Infinite litigation. Boy, fuck out of here.
You're a shell of a man, and I'm astonished you have any shred of dignity left. He does not. He does not. No way. Sensitive society again. I'm going to buy...
We just saw it, no! Gooning! Gooning! Gooning sends.
all of her pics. Can somebody get this man? Somebody get your man, bro. What are you doing, dog? So anyway, somebody quote tweeted saying IDubbbz wife went back to be an OF ho. You can't make this up. And then Anissa responded, 90% of the fun of continuing to be online is getting the...
Oh yeah, now we have seen a little bit of this too. Hold up, where is there another one? Let me see.
Writing paragraphs in my reply.
Oh, saw that too. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on there.
Killing Palestinians. I thought you were against pack, right?
Oh, yo, I skipped to the end of the vid. Okay, really don't know what I'm doing. Hold on. Hold on, we're gonna fix it.
The willing participant here would be Hassan, who has actually dated Prawn Stars. The love of a... This man. Somebody get your man.
Wait.
Anissa, I would like to...
Okay. Trilly has no idea what he's doing. Nah, seriously though, hold on. We need to get to like, I would say about here.
Signature ultimate move, man. Made the insult mad enough to put it onto his Reddit, lol. Oh no. You know OnlyFans is one of the biggest contributors to IPAC, right? You working on OF means anyone buying on your account directly supports killing Palestinians. I thought you were against this, was I wrong? Ooh, a little bit of a moral conundrum here. Ay, ay, ay. This seems like a little bit of a situation. Do you guys think she's going to quit OnlyFans, guys?
No.
To, you know, support Palestinians, to
No.
support her cause? Do you think she'll actually stand by, you know, what she believes in? You know, the...
No. She couldn't even support Mike and Kate with their whole like thing with the child bride situation, but she can give $1,000 to Casey Tron. So I think we know like where her priorities be at and all that type of shit. It's likely that she'll be keeping the OF.
BDS list, boycotting stuff. Well, I don't think so. I don't think so. When it affects their bottom line, they're not actually going to do any of this. Like Hassan, the same thing. He's not going to quit Twitch, even though Twitch, you know, is owned by Amazon, and Amazon's on the BDS list, which contributes to, you know, the war, of course. Oh my God. Listen here, little baby. You're going to get a lot of hurtful and degrading comments, but that ain't what I'm about. Let me just say, you are perfect the way you are. You hear me, sugar?
Yeah, bro. Get this shit out of here. Get this shit out of here.
You deserve anything and everything you want. Stay.
Oh no, let's take it back. Perfect. Don't ever change. She definitely needs to change. You deserve anything. She deserves nothing. And everything you want, absolutely not. Stay safe for me, baby girl. Yeah, heads do need to stay safe. I'm not on that type of time. And fuck, we look like Hassan with these goddamn call to actions, nigga. Like, yo. So yeah, she says stay safe, but I'm gonna tell her dumbass right now. Deserve everything and anything? Hell nah, bro. I'm not gonna lie. The only thing your ass deserve is this genuine criticism. And trust me, she's getting that shit.
Stay for me, baby girl. Right, another very sane individual right here, fellas. Very sane individual. OnlyFans consumers right here. You're guilty of the crime of being a woman on the internet. Yes, that is...
They're still using the misogynistic shit?
the issue. That is why everybody is mad, because she's a woman, guys. Yes, you totally nailed it. And then she tweets this: the reality is, being an apathetic, racist, angry loser online is only good for quick internet points and nothing else. So you don't have to stay online in your echo chambers, so you don't face the reality.
Oh, like the faceless chuds? Alright, hold on. You gotta keep going past this. Yep.
Criticisms towards you, but you always like to completely deflect and, you know, target the incels, the racist, angry losers, the faceless chuds. And this is a reference to SlopTubers again, by the way, because if
Obviously.
we know in the past she did the same criticism where she was like, oh yeah, these faceless commentary channels are just you know, they'll never have a consistent audience because, you know, they're only interested in these topics or whatever. But yeah, it's been 7 years at this point. I mean,
I was about to say, at least for Pegasus, because that's like the, you know what I'm saying, Pegasus like the main head they be talking about. Yeah, I don't know about that, but I seem like he's doing pretty well. It's seeming like the views are staying pretty consistent.
better than your career, it seems like. People respond,
That's not even a question. That's just obvious.
I'm a married homeowner with a good job and children on the way, and I'm obsessed with you people because you're so disgusting. It's like watching a rotting carcass get eaten by vultures on sweltering asphalt. You literally live in your mom's basement. You should be the last person talking about crawling out.
Hey, not too much on the boss's basement. Shout out love at the boss. But yeah, when your fucking name is Ana Jomha, Yoko, yeah, I would shut the fuck up if that was the position I was in.
Life in your basement judgment while you shake it on OnlyFans. I'm not the broke one here, lady. But you're broke. What happened? Are you talking about? You failed every endeavor you've ever pursued, and now you're back to selling yourself for $20. Maybe you should crawl back to whatever hole you've come out of and reconsider your life choices. Oh my.
Base?
My god. You're pathetic. I'm a leftist with a STEMS degree who's been married for 13 years with a wonderful kid and partner who cared for me through chronic illness. You fantasize about us being terrible to justify ignoring our criticism of your shitty behavior.
Facts. That's actually super facts. That's insane facts.
Nope. You're definitely an incel loser,
Facts, bro. You're part of the alt-right pipeline, bro. Incel MAGA loser.
unemployed, broke, reject, faceless reject. That's what you are, obviously.
At least that's how Yoko responded to that shit. And Casey Tron and Denims. And pretty much everyone in orbit.
It seems the reality is actually that being a liberal beta and a regarded hoe is only good for quick internet points. You won over some absolute losers in exchange you crashed
It's on G, boys.
out your husband's entire career, any goodwill he has with this community. Enjoy hell, lol. Lol. That's a great response. Somebody posted the old school Ethan meme of getting triggered. It's so good. Her pinned tweet is still this one, by the way, where she's pretending H3 actually like likes them, even though this was like
Yeah, not even close.
way before she even got community noted. Why would you keep up your pinned tweet as a tweet that got community noted, correcting what you were even talking about? That is just embarrassing.
Because, again, this is Yoko. We have to imagine the brain cells she's operating on, and we know that they're zero.
Comment was made when Ethan Klein still supported an Ethan IDubbbz. This fell apart after the CPS call, obviously. Anyways, we got some IDubbbz updates as well. IDubbbz's ex-trainer called him out a few months ago, said he would be willing to train Dad, aka Nathan, for a future fight. Dad had earlier challenged IDubbbz
Snap. Yo, Mike said he would train Dad? Hold on, it's really getting spicy.
to a fight before being blocked. I would help train you, Nathan. I can't believe Ian said he would fight again, and he's for sure lying, but if Misfits could get him to sign, I would for sure train you to beat his
Oh. Yo, Mike gonna have fucking Dad coming out like Mike Tyson, nigga. He said, Ian, bro, you taking this shit to the chin, boy. Fuck out of here.
ass. Oh my god. How does everybody IDubbbz work with absolutely hate his guts?
Because he was a piece of shit who wasn't good at communicating, especially within critical as he wasn't transparent. He was like, it's very clear to see.
Anyways, we also have this clip of IDubbbz banning AB from his chat. This is, you know, Ethan's
AB.
coworker on the podcast.
Shout out
Ban
Star
him and
Killer.
block him.
Also, if AB's in the chat, ban him. If AB
Why?
Starkiller is in the chat, ban him.
Why? If he not saying shit, what did he do?
Ban him and block him.
Oh my god, that is a
Like, that's his prerogative. Like, yo, you don't have to have anyone in your audience that you don't want. But I don't understand. If AB wasn't saying shit in the chat, unless he was, again, correct me if I'm wrong. But if AB wasn't saying shit in the chat and was just sitting there, like, lurking, bruh, fuck you gotta get banned for? Like,
broken man, bro. How pathetic is
What
this?
you gonna say? Oh, you gonna clip the shits, bro? Niggas already clipping his shit. Niggas already, bro. His VODs are literally still up on Twitch. Like,
Bro, I would not ban him. I would savor that one viewer, that extra one viewer. It's really counting
facts. Like, you gonna need them shits, nigga.
when your stream is that fucking much of a flop. Ladies and gentlemen, this man is playing WoW while his girlfriend is on OnlyFans, relaunching her OnlyFans, probably making out with gorgeous Gabe on the side, maybe Hassan.
Well, you guys gotta know he did go to cosmetology school in '96.
entree or something. This is tragic, bro. No amount of therapy is fixing this, all right? Bro is truly and utterly, in every sense of the word, lobotomized. Absolutely legendary fall off. Okay, this will go down in history, legitimately. Moving on to the Hassan versus Destiny situation. Basically, after Hassan threatened Ela, Destiny responded saying this stuff. Even the Nazis weren't this blatant. This is so far beyond the pale, it's actually unbelievable. I honestly think you could perfectly justify, I'm not even gonna say it, you know, Hassan IRL for statements like this.
Pope Diorio, shout out Pope Diorio. Y'all already know. Pope Diorio put it best, bruh. Destiny, nigga, you're fucking up the optics. Destiny, nigga, you're by putting this bullshittery out, nigga. Bro, you're literally just giving Hassan outs, bro. So he could play the fucking victim complex shit that we always talk about. Max stats. God damn it, Destiny. What the fuck, nigga? Holy shit. Like, the only time this nigga ever cooks, bro, is fucking never. I would have said it was with Hassan, but nigga, you're saying this bullshittery, bro. You gotta be fucking, like, bro. Fuck, bro. Destiny's just done so much fucking bullshit.
Doesn't even have a link to this video directly. Now, I completely disavow this. I've said multiple.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you obviously you have to fucking disavow this because it's like, bro. Oh my god, you want what to happen to Hassan? Yeah, I don't want shit happening to that nigga. What I want him to do is shut his fucking mouth. That'd be excellent. That would be grand, bro. I don't want to see him back to the lobby, bro. Fuck out of here. And neither should Destiny, dumbass. I don't know. Why do niggas do this shit, bro? Like, again, you know Hassan is like, yo, he's calling you Epstein and shit. He's a mortal enemy. He's going to use this shit as a narrative pusher, bro. He's going, and he literally did. He used this shit to play the victim. Fuck, bro.
Times Destiny's completely unhinged, all right? You know, I don't support this guy. This guy's crazy. So anyways, Hassan responded, posted a YouTube video saying this is too much in regards to Destiny and liberal death threats because they want to defend Israel. The Trump admin is pushing America towards imminent collapse. Meanwhile, I'm getting death threats from people who claim to be liberals because they want to defend Israel. And he's posted this is too much. And, you know, I think it's perfectly fine for Hassan to actually call this out, right? Destiny's pretty unhinged. I've talked about this numerous times. But it's just so hypocritical after you did essentially the same thing to Ela, right? So I just...
And that's why I agree with Pope Dara Hefty and keep stamping this in. It's so fucking annoying. Like, bro, heads always have Hassan right by the fucking balls, bro. Like how these fucking G-boys in orbiters be sucking this nigga's fucking balls. But, like, niggas had him right there because, bro, this fucking, this take with Miss Ela, bro, that shit was dog water, bro. Like, we obviously can see that shit. He was mixing up the past, present tense of valid military targets and shit like that. And there was no reason for him to bring up Miss Ela at all. The nigga was boxed. He boxes himself out every fucking day. This is the reason we have the daily slops. But since Destiny want to come out and say this dumbass shit, now he could again use that, like I said, as a narrative piece. And yeah, forget about the thing he said about Miss Ela. Destiny says he wants me fucking dead. Like, bro, so fucking.
I just don't know. It's like, it's very hard to take him seriously at all when he does the same shit he criticizes other people for. He has every right to call it Destiny's regarded comment, but it's so motherflippin' disingenuous to make it about Israel because that wasn't the case of the situation, but what people are perceived. Dude, it is in his benefit to make everything about Israel-Palestine because that is...
I say about the conflict because, yeah, then for more people, like even Pegasus saying earlier in the vid, you can grasp them emotionally because obviously, you know, people emotional ties towards the conflict.
It's the most emotionally charged conflict. Okay, people care a lot about it, and Hassan is just this perfect master manipulator. He will make
wait!
Emotionally charged conflict. Okay, people care a lot about it, and Hassan is just this perfect.
I tried to tell you, bro. The main reason we use the fucking Lelouch button is because of Ethan shit with Yoko and Setups. But the original reason why I put this shit on the soundboard was because of how Hassan has control over these fucking G-boys. I'm trying to tell you, it's legitimately like Lelouch, bro. Hold on.
Lelouch v. Britannia commands you. Obey me, subjects! Obey me, world!
Like, bro, this... It's so annoying, bro. Lelouch v. Britannia commands you. This is legitimately how Hassan is feeling with these 30,000 G-boys in the chat, with all these bulls glazing him up, bro, in my comments, in his own comments, and other heads' comments, bro. This is how y'all got him feeling, bro. Obey me, subjects! Obey me, world! Like, bro, y'all... Fucking G-boys. God damn it, bro. Whatever. But, yo, I just think that shit is so fucking funny. And this is the same exact picture I got for the soundboard button.
Master manipulator. He will make every single situation. Ethan responds,
yeah, he's not a master at manipulating shit. It's the factor of Destiny said some fucking absolutely stupid ass shit, and he used that to his advantage.
Hassan doesn't like death threats. You would think he would be a fan of those, but apparently not when it affects him. The major narcissist finally cares and finally realizes this is super unhinged. Ruled for thee, but not for me. Every video, it fits perfectly. Wow, that was like a rhyme. Oh my god. God, I'm good at this. Holy cinema. Moving on to Ethan calling out Philip DeFranco for not criticizing Hassan enough and sort of riding the fence here. Basically, quick context, Hassan, in my opinion, threatened Ela saying that she's a valid military target, and he was jumping between past and present, you know, trying to have that plausible deniability.
Plausible deniability, 30 out of 10.
When talking about her. So Philly D covered the story on his like news channel, but Ethan did not really like the coverage here.
We know. I don't even know what. We know. I don't know what part of it you're talking about.
We know Philip DeFranco is a Hassan dick rider.
I don't know about that. In fact, I didn't see his reaction, but I heard Hassan was very upset by this video.
I was too. Well, that's just because
it sounds like he's doing a job.
Because Hassan's a crybaby bitch boy, and you'll see what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Like he has to be the victim.
But the fact that Twitch did nothing, is unlevel amount of despicable.
Yeah. But then I'm sitting here like, yo, Zach, I'm feeling you hefty on that bit, bro. I'm feeling you hefty. But this is Twitch. They glazing Hassan dick every day. You think they was gonna do some shit about this junk? Hell nah. Like,
surprise to me.
That is disgusting.
At the very least, Philly should have said it's very dangerous.
People are so afraid of invoking the wrath of Hassan and his online leftist community. We have lost sight of what is sane and normal. This comment's interesting. I love how Phil sits on the fence over Hassan Klein situation. Truly marvel of our time.
Yeah, I definitely think that this is not one of those situations where you really want to fence it, because it's a very like clear-cut situation that you should have no problem really taking a side unless you sort of, you know, secretly have some ties with one side, or, you know, you want to agree with them. But I also completely forgot about the fact that Twitch never banned Hassan for actually saying this. I don't even...
Of course not. And that's what I'm saying. Like, did we expect them to? No. Like, they obviously should. This nigga should have been burned a long ass fucking time ago, along with some of these orbiters. But dude, they're never gonna enforce that shit towards these heads. Never.
Even expect it anymore. I'm kind of done.
Exactly. Like you're just like, yeah, he said this crazy ass shit. TOS, hilarious.
Demanding Twitch.
Better yet, TOS. Like, it's looking like a nut.
Even ban Hassan anymore, because it's legitimately never gonna happen. Okay, we can stop dreaming, we can stop pretending Santa Claus is real here, alright guys? It's never gonna happen. Never forget that Hassan has a death grip on Dan Clancy's nuts, alright? And he likes it, he loves that. Okay, I need to stop. But yeah, you get my point, alright? That's never gonna happen. So this next part, Ela calls out Philip DeFranco as well, and usually, you know, she's not gonna go this hard on somebody, but she's starting to get a little frustrated at how blatantly, you know, obvious the situation is, yet people cannot come out in support for them because they're afraid of being labeled like, you know, a Zionist or, you know, an Israel dick rider.
Again, I don't give a fuck about what those goddamn G-boys have to say. These niggas know that they're fucking lying to push that bullshittery that Hassan be saying, my nigga. If you want to go suck that nigga's dick, go right ahead, but you're not about to force me to as well, nigga. I ain't on that shit.
Or whatever the hell Hassan labels you as, if you ever dare speak positively about Ethan, or, you know, at least say that they're right in this situation, right?
I'm getting tired of this because people think that if they do say anything positive about us, they're like a Zionist. And I think that is why Philly is avoiding talking about you, unless there is like a two sides to it. And it's like on the one side, you got Ethan. On the other, you have Destiny. You tell me what you think. It's like, f off. Mind you that I've always spoken against settlements before this motherfucker even knew what that was. Okay? I've always been against it. So shut the f up, Hassan, and go learn something before you talk about...
Yo, Miss Ela chopping that nigga a new ass. Saying, yo, hold that bullshittery, nigga. Shut that bullshittery down.
Other people's business. Now, when people say, oh, she just did mandatory service, he's like, oh, no, it was way more than mandatory.
And I'm like, bro, how do you know that?
She volunteered to go into raids.
In this raid.
No. It was just mandatory service.
Yeah, you were a secretary and you went on a ride-along.
And I was a secretary. Don't rewrite history. I'm not going to sit by and let people rewrite what I did and what is my life. It was mandatory service and I was a secretary.
Well, stamp it in.
20 years ago. Now I'm an American.
Yeah, that's a whole nother job itself. Like, yo, this happened dead ass 2 decades ago, bro. Like,
American citizen. You got a problem?
Yeah, I think I'm starting to see the problem here. Philly's coverage is usually super like, hey guys, what do you think about it? And he usually just asks his audience, right? And you know, that's fine. I have no problem with that. And in general, it's like very like, you know, left-leaning sort of coverage. Again, don't really care about that. But when you talk about Ethan versus Hassan, if you're being neutral or whatever, it's just not a good look. You know, usually
you just can't. And that's not a factor of like, and I already know, heads tell me all the fucking time, yo, Ethan's little employee, Ethan's little mouthpiece. Yeah, like a nigga like me is never beating the H3 orbiter fucking or glazer allegation or whatever the fuck. But bro, you look at this shit, bro, within like Ethan is on, Ethan, you know what I'm saying, Yoko Soy Dubs, bro, it is the clearest shit in like the world. Like, of like what is right and wrong here, bro. I'm trying to tell you. Oh my fucking god. We're not gonna talk about the whole false CPS situation. We're not gonna talk about the 2 fucking human skulls. We not like, bro. This shit coming from, bro. This nigga Hassan doing this fucking call to action. Like, nigga, what the fuck? Like,
that's always a fine thing to do. But there's just no good way to attempt to be neutral here without looking like you're covering for Hassan here, right? I compare being like a terrorist supporter to being like a PDF file, because it's like, it's that level of bad, I feel like. Okay, at least you're not the one explicitly doing this stuff, but come on. It's like, I feel like we're putting it very close to that. So then if it's like PDF files versus kids, imagine, right? And you're being neutral in that situation. I think it's like, well, I think...
Yeah, there's no being fucking neutral in that situation. If a nigga is an EDP, I will be seeing your ass in cell block 1 right next to fucking Diddy, bro. P. Diddy Dizzler, the fuck, nigga.
You gotta pretty much show support for the kids at that point, right? Obviously, weird comparison there. I'm just trying to make you understand how like blatantly obvious it is that you should be disavowing Hassan here, right? I don't feel like it's very complicated. I don't feel like the average reasonable person is gonna stop watching your show if you disavow Hassan, unless of course you got Hassan supporters in your audience, which is something you need.
I don't. I hope them nigga. Actually, better yet, I might have some of those G-boys in my fucking audience, because like I tell these where are my fucking G-boy blockers? We're literally talking about the G-boys. I used to say this shit so much, I'm about to start saying it again. Yo, the boy Hassan, in terms of his rhetoric, all that shit, ass, bro. That shit not entertaining. I'm not trying to hear it. When this nigga embarrasses himself, I definitely am trying to hear it, bro, because he does it constantly, every fucking day, bro. But you know what's crazy about this, John? With the G-boys and all these type of heads, they don't like certain heads coverage of the Johns and all that, but they'll come back every fucking time, bro. I'm telling y'all, bro, there is this one nigga in the comments. I have seen this nigga since I started fucking posting, bro. Dead ass. This nigga is definitely a Hassan G-boy. He running defense for that nigga every time we drop a Hassan slot, bro. How the fuck do you think my coverage is ass and my takes are fucking garbage, but you come back and watch every time? What the fuck? Like, that's where I be sitting here like, bro, if you dead ass think someone's take is ass, their coverage is ass, their content is terrible, why the fuck are you still watching their ass? It's like, no, you don't give a fuck that their content is trash and all that shit. You just want that motherfucker to spit out the same exact rhetoric and ideologies that you have. That's all it is. I'm trying to that's all it is. That's literally every time for these G-boys. How are you coming back to watch? You don't like this, John? Bro, you just want a bull to be psyoped and say what you're saying. It ain't happening, nigga. Get the fuck out. Stand. Like, bro, I'm telling you, bro, I do not fucking like the G-boys. I'm telling niggas, bro. These niggas are actually annoying, bro. Like, actually real life.
To evaluate. And gonna be honest.
Oh, yeah, am I bad? Wrong shit.
I think he's sort of pulling a Ludwig, a good old Jellywig maneuver when you're basically just sort of covering for him. Like, it isn't a very complicated situation. It's very simple, straightforward. Yes, Hassan is a fucking terrorist supporting freak. You should probably be calling him out. I don't know. That's just my opinion. Now, another issue they had with the coverage was that Philip DeFranco immediately brings up Destiny versus Hassan, right? And Destiny is such a massive idiot for this because...
That's what I was saying earlier. He's so fucking stupid because he gave Hassan an out, bruh. He literally did. Whoa, yo, what did heads were talking about me and what I said about Miss Ela, but Destiny is legitimately in the disco. Like, bro, fuck, bro, that's so annoying,
you know,
bro.
saying those unhinged comments about Hassan, he gave him a chance to cry victim when he was, you know, Hassan was 100% in the wrong for saying this.
Ding, 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 ding.
About Ela, but now Destiny comes in and says some more unhinged shit, and that gives an opportunity for Hassan to cry victim and be like,
on the money.
Wah, they're going after me as well. And, you know, Hassan will take any opportunity to make him look like the good guy, whatever. Which is why Destiny is a fucking idiot, honestly.
What the law is right now.
With Hassan arguing that he wasn't even trying to give an opinion, he was just discussing international law and acts of resistance. With Hassan then also claiming that many people were taking...
That's literally what I kept saying the whole time. What was the point of mentioning Miss Ela? There was literally none. He could have made the same point that he was trying to fucking make without mentioning her.
Yeah, why? Like, you can't give me like a... we're not stupid.
He's like, you know, Palestinians have the right to resist. And, you know, there was someone 20 years ago that went on a ride-along who escaped justice. It's like, what?
To remark out of context, and that he by no means was trying to condone or encourage violence against Ela Klein.
There is no point where I have said violence against someone who is not actively in combat is permissible. I don't believe that. That is illegal.
No, but what you are saying, that she did commit a crime punishable by death and that she escaped justice.
Definitely actionable, I'm pretty sure. It's also weird that this guy gets to have a YouTube account. Like, that is a...
Bro, you've done this so many times. And again, everyone gets up in arms when we're like, oh, stop counting. Why isn't Twitch getting him in trouble? Why is people still sponsoring Twitch? The minute he gets an opportunity, he's like, this guy should not have a platform. This is a legitimate death threat. It's like, you are such a fucking coward. You are dishonest. You.
Like Hassan, the Orbiters, the G-Boys are definitively niggas that, like, yo, if you give them even a nanometer, these niggas are taking a mile. It's like, you can't give these niggas shit. Oh my god, bro. Destiny, holy fuck, bro. Why the fuck do you have to do this dumbass shit?
Lie, deny, deflect, attack.
Oh no, yeah, deny, deflect, counterattack. Especially if they got hidden biases or something.
You said it yourself, and it's exactly what he does, and you see it. The man never apologizes. It's against his mythos.
Take accountability. Next step. Not take accountability, because him take accountability, hilarious as fuck. Not take accountability, 40 out of 10.
Oh, absolutely. This is so cringe. He has never apologized. You know, can someone actually show me a clip? I've been covering Hassan for a while now. I have to do my research. I have to look up, you know, clips of him, look at streams of him and stuff like that. And I have not found a single instance where this guy has admitted he's wrong ever. How? It's crazy. This guy's just a straight up narcissist, it seems like. And I feel like this was the perfect opportunity to show that you're not completely psycho crazy like people say you are. Such a blatant, easy opportunity to say, hey guys, I messed up. You know, I shouldn't have said that. You know, I'm not actually, you know, talking about that. You know, I made a mistake there. I shouldn't have mentioned her name. I know some of my audience can be a bit psycho, you know, but then no, he couldn't do that, because then the cult would start wavering, right? And as the cult leader of the Hassan audience here, in order to be a perfect cult leader, he has to never waver, okay? Always double down. Make sure everyone thinks you're always in the right? Because then they will start thinking for themselves if you ever admit any wrong. And I just find it insane how this whole thing is playing out. Like, how can he actually get away with this by completely shifting the focus of the conversation to another thing like Destiny, which is completely unrelated to Ethan? And
because again, this is the thing of like the G-Boys, bro. Whatever like he says just goes. So if he just starts again obfuscating off of something that he can be generally criticized for and goes to you know, a narrative where he directly, let's admit here, he is the victim, then yeah, like they're gonna focus on that and not the things he could be criticized for.
Ela situation, right? So it's just insane. He completely lies about Ela like this, says this absolute unhinged shit. He even doubles down later. It's just absolutely crazy. Now, if you remember in the previous videos, basically Hassan was calling out Ethan for admitting, quote unquote, admitting his wife is a terrorist, right?
That's bullshit. That's completely boxed.
Which he never did.
Ethan Klein
exactly
has admitted that his wife is a terrorist on stream.
Basically, not done that.
So they were having this debate.
Yep, literally, I've said this all the time. Is during the debate, fucking Hassan was of course trying to get out the point that like Ela's a terrorist, all this shit, and then fucking Ethan's like, yeah, whatever, but like, yeah, sure, because I don't know if y'all know, in a debate, in an argument, you usually want to get to a common bridge or some John. So within that, you know, you have to progress in the argument. See, Hassan doesn't fucking do that in any debates he ever has. So yeah, of course Ethan is gonna be like, yeah, whatever, bro, yeah, sure, because he wants to continue the debate, the argument going forward, the conversation going forward, bro. This is not some legitimate shit that Hassan can use to be like, yes, Ethan admitted that Ela's a fucking terrorist. Like, yeah, nigga, whatever the fuck, bro. Like, you go and try to post that bullshit.
Or whatever, in which Ethan curb stomped this guy, and he kept basically asking, is your wife a terrorist or whatever, and Ethan got frustrated, and he just said it as a joke to like sort of shut him up, because he kept interrupting the debate and stuff like
it was very clearly sarcastic, like, yeah, sure, bro, like
that, and Hassan ran with that, which is just absolutely crazy.
Ethan Klein himself has, on numerous occasions, agreed with that sentiment.
This is the most insane fucking lie. He keeps saying this too. He goes, oh yeah, Ethan agrees, she's a terrorist. And he's referencing during our debate when he wouldn't shut the fuck up about Ela being a terrorist.
Yo, niggas, it's like, it's not even ads, it's just the fucking G-Boys. Niggas ain't gonna tell me I ain't see the shits. Boy, what the fuck? Like, no, it's all out of context, nigga. There's not shit out of context. Nigga sat there for 8 fucking hours, bro. 4 different parts watching that fucking debate. These niggas. Bro,
and I roll my eyes so far, it looks like I'm having a seizure. Somebody grabbed a screenshot. And I'm like, okay, bro. Yeah, she's a terrorist. Can we move on, please? And he's like, Ethan says she's a terrorist. And by the way, early on in the conversation, because I went back and watched all this stuff, he asked me if I think Ela's a terrorist, and I say, no, obviously not.
Yeah, I mean, that is so absolutely disingenuous. It is completely crazy. By the way, this is the same guy who talks about context, guys. We need the full context. I can't believe these guys are...
Yeah, his fucking G-Boys getting my comments. Yeah, bro, you're just taking all the out of context clips, bro. You're not sitting there in the 8, 9, 10 hour stream fucking getting psy-out by a dumbass. No, bro, so you're being disingenuous. Yeah, I'm not, bro. The amount of... Bro, we gotta start thinking of all the different like media production companies or whatever, bro. But the amount of out of context clips that the G-Boys label from Hassan can make full-length films, and I've said this in videos before. Universal, Sony, whoever, bro, they need to come cop these boys, bro. Cause I'm not gonna lie, bro, these right here, especially when they're being posted. I mean, y'all saw how the content nuke went, right? Like, yo, somebody need to cop these, cause these boys going up. What are we talking about, bro? It's like, nah. Ain't nothing taken out of context, bro. These clips are just bad because what Hassan is saying is bad.
Clip chimping me. I can't believe these guys are leaving out the context, guys. You need to watch all 500 of my 10-hour streams. That's
not watching them shits. Fuck out of here.
The only way you can get the full context of what the brilliant mind behind Hassan Piker. And then he keeps spreading this like, oh, Ethan admitted his wife was a terrorist. Dude, you can't be fucking serious. That's absolutely crazy. You're completely leaving out all the context again. Obviously, Ethan should have never even said that or entertained that as a joke as well, because obviously Hassan and the bad faith audience.
Yeah, like bad faith actors will try to use that against them, as Hassan is fucking doing.
Is gonna clip that, use it and constantly reference it over and over and over again. But I just find it interesting. This guy claims to care about context. This is hilarious, man. Now click this video or you're stuck with a
because he doesn't care about shit unless that shit obviously benefits him and his fucking orbiters. I'm like, oh, didn't mean to do that. Shout out Pegasus, though. Go subscribe to the channel.
Woman like Anissa forever did. You gucked. All right, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
You already know, baby. Of course. Shout out shit I level 1 my glorious slap kings. More Pegasus. As always, baby. They actually lost everything. Of course, you guys want to watch the OG video? Down in the description. First link, sure to love it, of course. More Pegasus, like I done said. But, the final opinions and conjecture. Yeah. Hassan! Brother, one, them tweets that you fucking posted, yeah, you're not avoiding them shits ever, bro. You not about to try to, again, recontextualize all them Johns. When you posted, yeah, them tweets, bad, very bad. Not good rhetoric. Definitely not good optics. As far as the, let me see. As far as the John, before that, let me see. The John, yeah, with Asmongold, commenting on the John. With Hassan, with Miss Ela, her thing, posting story. Yeah. It's pretty much correct. On the whole factor of like the thing with with Kick or whatever, it's like, yeah, it's blatant hypocrisy on Hassan's part, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Like, Heads, again, can go on whatever platform, and if he's really pressed because it's the gambling crypto casino platform, motherfucker, you're basically participating in gambling too, and you yourself have said it. Them gotcha shits, them gotcha sponsorships, like, fuck out of here. You're done, you're boxed. Anyway, let's see. Yoko Soy Dubs.
I just want to ask you if you've always been shitting your pants.
No.
No.
Yeah, that's about it. Until something else comes out. Yeah, you know how that goes. And then, of course, going back, the whole thing with Philly D, I could totally understand wanting to, like, play it from an objective, like, you know what I'm saying, bias, where you want to look at both sides and try to evaluate the Johns. But, yeah, I'm really with Pegasus, bro. And, again, call me H3 Glaze or whatever. But, like, yeah, it's blatantly easy, very easy to see that the one in the wrong here is definitely Hassan. The orbiters, these motherfuckers, they blatantly going out slandering, spreading misinformation, fucking lying about niggas, doing all this different shit, clearly doing fucking call to actions. Like, bro, it's a whole bunch of bad, bro. That's simply it. And then again, on the factor of Destiny fucking it up and saying that dumbass shit about Hassan and fucking basically giving Hassan a way out, it's like, well, fuck. Of course he was gonna play that card. Did you expect him to play any other card? Victim Complex. Max stat, 20 out of 10. Literally. It's the most annoying John. But yeah, overall, well, I'll be seeing y'all tomorrow because the daily slops. Sloppy! Yeah, I'm sure. It always will get worse. It always seems to. It does. But other than that, again, shout out sure to love with more Pegasus. And I'm finna catch y'all on the flip, baby. Peace.
Thank you.